2 years on from his notorious behaviour on TV in Boiling Point, Gordon Ramsay has it all. He's one of London's best chefs. He's got money, power, machismo, love, A-list celebrity friends.
The food's been absolutely pucker.
And fame. He's even become a sex symbol.
He's got a good-looking body. He's very fit.
But can he control his infamous temper?
Honestly, Friday, do you know what you can do?
Yes, ma'am.
Give you notice.
He says he's changed.
I think my management skills have improved.
Hello? This is a fucking embarrassment.
But what happens behind the scenes when Gordon Ramsay goes beyond Boiling Point?
Gordon!
The 25th of January is an obscure date for most of us, but for the world's top chefs, it's more important than Christmas. It's the day Michelin annually awards its coveted stars to a tiny number of Europe's greatest restaurants. For Gordon Ramsay, who's been stuck on 2 stars for 3 years, getting his 3rd ultimate star has become a total obsession.
Winning 3 Michelin stars. It is my goal.
He's obsessed with it. He never stops thinking about it.
It's his excuse for his behaviour in the kitchen.
Get off the section. Get back on the section, yes, yeah? And there you go. Hello. I just want it dealt with. I want John Claude dealing with it, and I want you dealing with it. That's all. Dominic, how can I call away and serve at the same fucking time? If you tell me. Okay. Christ almighty.
But will the new millennium finally bring the 3 stars that Ramsay craves? Our story starts with 25 days to go. It's New Year's Eve, 1999. Gordon's in the kitchen cooking, whilst his wife Tana is in hospital, about to give birth. She phoned him at midday, but Gordon's in no hurry to get to the hospital.
She's having a cesarean, I think, so I don't really want to be there.
It's 6:30. Tana's just had twins, but still no sign of Gordon.
I'd be a bit more nervous having him there, so to us it just works well that he's there immediately after the birth, and the actual sort of bloody bit is left to the girls.
Finally, at 7:30, Gordon makes it to the hospital.
How are you? Care Tana, Ramsay.
He finds Holly and Jack in the special care unit. 6 weeks premature, they both have problems breathing.
Fantastic. He's a dude, isn't he? The size of his feet. So small.
The problems aren't unusual, but they worry Gordon.
Babies being born at a little under 34 weeks have problems both with breathing, feeding and temperature control.
I was very scared, and I couldn't believe the amount of alarms that were going off, and they just looked so ill. And I just, was praying that, they'd come through.
It's quite upsetting for him to see them having to have tubes and on a ventilator.
And Gordon can only cope with a brief glimpse at Holly before having to leave the room.
Right. I was petrified inside that intensive care unit, yeah. I mean, there's very few times in my life that I'm out of control. And very few times that I'm not in control. God.
He's very excited. Although he did say to me this afternoon, can't you hold on till just after midnight? I don't think he's experienced contractions.
But even at times of crisis, Ramsay's still got one thing on his mind, that 3rd Michelin star.
33, a month ago, 3 children. There's only one more 3 I'm waiting for. God almighty. I tell you, I can't get any closer now.
Yes, with only a week to go, Michelin star fever has once again hit London's restaurateurs.
It's all about building consistency.
and increasing your standards year in, year out to meet the demands which are expected.
But the result is a closely guarded secret.
The main reason why chefs at my level respect Michelin is because no one gets close to them.
Except that this year, three-star chefs Marco Pierre-White and Nico Ladenis have caused controversy.
Marco has already announced that he wants to give back his 3 stars, whether Michelin want them back or not. And the other rumour doing the rounds is that Nico has also given back his 3 stars.
I gave my 3 stars back for the simple reason is that, you know, 20 years I'd been in the kitchen, and winning 3 stars was very exciting. It was a major part of my life. Retaining them, I found rather boring.
But Ramsay's making his attitude towards his former employer quite clear, so as to improve his own chances.
Like they rightly said to Marco 3 months ago when he announced his retirement, it's not Marco White's decision to give the 3 stars back. They made that quite clear.
I respect Michelin. I admire what they've done for gastronomy in Britain. I think people's demands have changed.
So Ramsay's the contender, and all he's waiting for is an official visit from Michelin to confirm his new kingly status.
Michelin traditionally send over one of their top honchos from France to have a look before they award 3 stars to anybody. So if he hasn't had that visit from Monsieur Michelin de Paris, then he ain't going to get it.
It's the 20th of January. The pressure's on. There's still been no visit from Michelin. Even worse, Gordon's got a call from an insider who's heard a hot rumour that Ramsay's not going to get that 3rd star.
Is someone pulling my cock? Is this the fucking... Is this a wind-up? What do you mean, think of this? Is no one going to lose my 2nd star? Fuck yeah, well, that's some consolidation. I mean, how friendly were you? How friendly are you with him?
At times like these, Ramsay's notorious temper can get the upper hand.
Come on, Sarge. Come on, push it out. Mark.
As his staff know only too well.
It seems so, you know, sometimes standing here, it just seems so lethargic. I honestly don't know what's going on, but and you got to, yeah. I said to you last night about working blind. We work on the pass. We're sending 4 main courses, and you're sending starters or the cappuccino. You've got to. Sometimes it's so lethargic. It's shocking, you know that. For cooks of your standard and your age. Yes,
the news begins to sink in.
It's doing my fucking head in, you know that. I can't even go for this properly. I think in my heart of my heart, if they're not here tomorrow, then quite frankly, we haven't got it. Okay. Okay, take care, bye-bye.
Finally convinced, Ramsay's off to his hideout in the basement to get his head together.
This prick on the telephone says to me, well, look, you haven't lost a star. You're not going to go down to what? I mean, is he fucking real? I can wait as long as it's necessary, but it's just doing my head in. This is the worst time. The only way to deal with this is to take a fucking holiday. Say, look, here we go again. Yeah, I'm here. This is my hideout, and the phone still goes down here. No one's supposed to know I'm here. Hello.
Meanwhile, at Mayfair restaurant Petrus, Gordon's best friend, Liverpudlian ex-boxer Marcus Waring, is also awaiting the Michelin results, hoping for his 1st star.
3 stars is sort of the cream, the icing on the cake for us all, really. It's not just about one man here. It's about a team of people and a loyalty to that man.
As one of Ramsay's most dedicated ex-employees, Marcus Waring is keen to live up to his former teacher's expectations.
My way of saying to anyone, what's the reward for sticking with someone like Gordon Ramsay? Well, then I'm sitting in it. It's there. This is it. I haven't put 1 penny into this business. Not 1 single penny. He hasn't asked me for a penny, but yet he's made me a partner. And he's spent and put £1.2 million on my head. And I am very grateful for that.
He has no doubts that his friend and mentor will get his 3rd star.
We're all excited for him, and we're all waiting with anticipation as much as he is. And there's no one who will be more happy than myself.
But not everyone is so sure. In the city of chefs, rumours abound that Ramsay's notoriety has landed him in trouble with Michelin. And they've even reached the godfather of them all, Marco Pierre-White.
I hear rumours that they didn't like what he did in his last programme. You know, that shouldn't enter the equation. What should enter the equation is what he puts on his plate and the service you're given. And if Michelin want to be childish about it, then fine. That's their prerogative.
You're always going to revert back to say, well, Ducasse was 33 and Marco was 33 and the Porcel twins in France were 33, so why can't I get it at 33? It's a bugger.
I think Gordon deserves his 3 stars. And I think if Gordon doesn't get his 3 stars, then it's an injustice.
Meanwhile, Ramsay's nerves are on razor edge. He's discovered some white beans that aren't quite up to scratch. The beans are undercooked, and to add insult to injury, they're 5 days old.
Sarge, fresh garnish, yeah? They're fucking useless, you know that? You know that?
Ramsay's determined to identify the culprit.
Sarge, are you tasting anything, or are you just here for the money? You're here for the money, aren't you?
There were some white beans. They weren't as fresh as they should have been. And Gordon spotted it, luckily. I should have spotted it, but I didn't. And I got told off for it, which was entirely correct.
You cooked them Friday morning for Friday service?
Yes, ma'am. So Thursday evening.
That's ridiculous. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
None left in because we're cooking a small batch.
I don't give a fuck if we cook a spoonful. I'm not bothered about how much we cook. We don't do it. I mean, I'm shocked.
Kitchen service continues as usual, while Ramsay's attention switches to a second victim.
Do you not realise those beans are hard on your palate? Can you not identify that?
Yes,
ma'am. It's a blanquette de légumes. You're more interested about your cars and all that bits of bullshit, aren't you?
No, it's all right.
Why are they so undercooked? Sorry?
I'm not sure.
At the end of the day, things happen. I mean, it's like, you know, even the best, stupid example, even the best Formula 1 team made a mistake. You know, I saw Nico Häkkinen losing the wheel a couple of times in the Grand Prix. Shouldn't happen, this thing. Guys are paid a lot of money. We should do the best we can. But, you know, you obviously made a mistake, and, you know, I made mine, and Sarge made his mistake, and we get for it, obviously. You know, unfortunately in front of the camera, but at the end of the day, you know, it happened.
Ramsay launches a full-scale investigation. He's convinced the staff have tried to cover up.
Why are you sticking your fingers in?
What's this, Nick?
What about this with a spoon in your hand, you fucking idiot?
And Ramsay's temper shifts up a few gears.
Why is there fresh chicken stock on there tonight? I want to know who done that.
Because there was a lot of stock in there, when I opened the bag, so I let it down with some...
No, there's nothing old in there. It's all fresh chicken stock in there. I want to know why. Sarge, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'm going to find out the truth, and that individual can go and fucking look for a new job as far as I'm concerned.
Yes,
why are they being washed out? They're undercooked,
yes,
yeah? And they're undercooked, they're too firm, and all the stock that they've been cooked in has been washed off. Why?
When they're CV,
and I want to find out what the truth is, because I want to find out who the donkey is here. Beans. Cooked on a Friday and used on Wednesday. I knew when I tasted the jus that someone's trying to cover up. Excuse me, can you get them in the bin?
Yes, good. Yes, good. It is a hardcore way of jumping into what's right and wrong. Some people can take it, some people can't.
And if someone's ever going to try and dictate to me that we cook fucking beans on a Friday for Wednesday, hey, young man, separation. Hey, I suggest they cook Pacific Rim at 300 covers, yeah? You know that? Because that's quite fucking breathtaking, you know that? And because we're not selling any, does that give us any right to cook it less or longer? We're undercooked, and then 5 days fucking old. Every other day. There's no excuse. With or without an Italian on the fucking section.
Who will be the new fall guy for the beans fiasco? Does that mean Sarge is off the hook? And will Jamie Oliver come into the firing line? Plus, is this really the end of Ramsay's dream for his 3rd Michelin star? Gordon Ramsay's on the rampage. He's launched an investigation into these beans. They're undercooked and they're 5 days old. He wants to know why and who's to blame.
Hey, young man, if you think you're in Paris now and you're cooking for Alain Ducasse, is that what you think?
No.
You're not a hot chef, are you? You're not a hot... it's not for you, is it?
No,
Sorry? I don't think so. I don't think you'll ever cook again. I'm honestly serious. I'd prefer you give you notice.
I didn't come back home and start crying about it. I said, oh, yeah, I don't want to go work anymore, or I'll give my notice. I just, you know, admit that I was wrong. And I realised then, you know, obviously try to not do it again.
But Gordon hasn't finished with hapless Simone yet.
Young man, fuck off downstairs and clean the fridge, because I think you're good at cleaning fridges. You came from a pizzeria, didn't you? You didn't come... I thought you came from a pizzeria. You got no idea. I'd really start rethinking whether you should be in this trade. You don't give a toss, do you? You don't give a damn, do you? So why is it stone cold?
Simone must bear the brunt of Gordon's pre-Michelin tension. He's sent downstairs to be Ramsay'd.
That's pathetic. Why are you acting like this?
I'm not.
Now the beans are sour. Why are we cooking them once a week and not twice every other day? Why is that? I don't think you should cook, you know, because that, you've got no respect for what you do. You've got no feel. Maybe write your notice. Maybe go and get your own job and do whatever you want to do, but don't fucking stand in my kitchen. What the fuck are you doing?
It's not a game, Gordon.
So what is it then? You're not saying it's cooking, are you?
No, it's gone.
Sorry?
Not gone.
I think you better just give me your notice. Don't worry about your job in Paris. You know that? I think it's easy for you to fuck off back to Italy.
It's early on Michelin Monday. The guide is going to be in the shops in 20 minutes, but Ramsay's thought of a faster route. Gordon's gone over to Petrus to meet Marcus, braced for the result.
Does your fucking head in, doesn't it? Huh? Does your fucking head in?
Barton. Hey.
They go to Marcus's local cafe to await the decisive phone call.
Outrageous, no?
By now, Ramsay's about to flip, and the morning doesn't start well.
Excuse me? Don't bother you, please. So, are you a waitress, or are you...
No, I'm not waitress.
You're not... What are you then?
No. Anyway, what do you want?
I would like... Not what do you want. What would you like? I would like a nice cold glass of milk, please.
Glass of milk.
Is there another tea, Marcus?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Say please, thank you.
I just said thank you.
As the Michelin guides are being delivered around town, Gordon's already on the phone.
Have you got a press release there? Serious.
For Ramsay, the news isn't good.
Ready? Petrus, fantastic news. Mirabelle as well. Ready. Jeez, no new 3 stars. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Definitely no new 3 stars.
Now the books are hitting the stores, but Ramsay's clinging on to every hope.
Unbelievable. I mean, do you think the fax the press release out in 2 different lots? If they do the 1 stars, 2 stars... Huh? Huh?
But Gordon refuses to accept the verdict until he sees it in black and white.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd like to see an official press release, no? Yeah. Okay. Okay, then, I'll give you a call later. Okay. Thanks, Anthony. Bye-bye. Fucking hell.
All Ramsay wants to know is why.
I mean, you can't just sit down and ask for a meeting. Fucking hell. Shit.
I can't believe it.
In a desperate last attempt, Ramsay calls Michelin HQ incognito.
Oh, good morning. The press release available today. Excellent. And can I? Are there any new 3 stars? There's not. No. And are there any new 2 stars? Excellent. Okay. And that's it. Thank you very much indeed. Bye bye. Oh, you got your star. Congratulations.
For Gordon, it's the bitter end of a long wait. It'll be another year before the next Michelin guide. But over at Petrus, the staff await Marcus's return.
I just found a very happy chef. Congratulations.
Oh, well done. You did well done, you. I didn't tell anyone because I thought you should tell them.
Congratulations, big man.
Got the star?
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done, guys.
Yeah.
We won a star. Thank you, Ray.
Buoyed by his success, Marcus now wants 2 stars, just like Gordon, and he's got a plan.
And now I just concentrate on my second. My ambition is to hopefully try and achieve it in the January 2001. It's a very high ambition and very, very ambitious to actually say that, but at the same time, if you don't set your sights to that level, you'll never achieve any goal. So that's what I'm going to achieve. It starts today, and it's a new race.
Things aren't quite as jovial at Ramsay's.
We haven't lost the style, guys. Yeah? Okay, David? We just haven't won one.
The staff have taken it very badly.
We're 99% sure. Still haven't seen it in writing, but I think Gordon's rung them up. And we've now got it confirmation we haven't got it, which was this year a bit more of a surprise than last year.
We have to work hard, and I am always hoping one day, for him and for us, we will get the supremacy, so the star. But we still work, and it will not stop me for anything.
There's an atmosphere of mourning in the kitchen. After Gordon's major disappointment comes more pressure to keep the cool. Celebrity chef Jamie Oliver has come to spend a few days in Ramsay's kitchen to pick up some tips and commiserate.
I just can't believe that he didn't get his third Michelin star this year. It'll come next year, but, you know, and it's not all about badges anyway, but I just think it's thoroughly insulting when you've got, you know, some stale old man doing the same old thing, and it's someone that's kind of fresh and got loads of ideas and is trying to extend what's going on in England food-wise, and they're not getting the credit that's due, really. I've been pretty blown away. The food's been absolutely pucker. You know, there's a fair bit of bollockins, as we all know, you know, telling off going on, but not without reason, you know. It's because the geezer cares.
Ramsay's been so preoccupied with work that he's not spent much time at home, leaving long-suffering wife Tana in charge.
I'm a mum, aren't I, Jack? A mum and Gordon's wife.
A newspaper photo shoot provides an occasion to get acquainted with twins Holly and Jack and play with daughter Megan.
Oh my God, that's holding me. I'm dreaming.
Excuse me. It's evening weekend. Tony, there's a slight bogey in Holly's nose. It's actually the first time I actually held them both together, you know that? Tony.
I know.
It'd be nice to sort of wake up and smile a bit. Wonder if you can't smile yet. You got it, mate, yeah? You got it. Thank God for pink and blue. Has Holly got red hair?
No.
Ginger.
What does that make ginger to you?
Grumpy Jack. Just like your daddy, aren't you, Jack? Just like your daddy. Grumpy.
Next week on Beyond Boiling Point, Ramsay holds Marco Pierre White's hand in court. He takes on the establishment, and is he the steamy chef in this racy novel?
Oh, his taut muscles straining underneath his shirt.
The ball's horrendous.
But is dissent brewing in Ramsay's kitchen ranks?
Sort of questions that we ask Gordon.
Gordon's got a saying, well, he doesn't want you to be a pussy, man. Doesn't want anybody to be a pussy.
Gormless twat.
It's the society event of the season. Anyone who's anyone in London's restaurant scene is there. The godfather of cooking, Marco Pierre White, is getting married. In the city of chefs, feuds and court cases are rife. Why else would your guest of honour be high-profile barrister George Carman? But for Gordon Ramsay, it's all in a day's work. For Ramsay and his former boss, Marco Pierre White, boys from council estates, society weddings are now the norm. But there's been a price to pay for their huge success. Big boys don't fight their battles on the back streets anymore, but in court. And both Ramsay and Pierre White have lawsuits hanging over their heads. With expensive court cases coming up for them both, it seems to make sense for Ramsay and the newly married Marco Pierre White to head off for a day in the country to relax. But the peace doesn't last long. They're soon receiving calls and faxes from journalists hounding them. A new, racy novel is about to hit the shelves, and it seems to be uncomfortably familiar.
The Sunday Times are haunting Marco to comment I've already spoken to them, and I said I'd like to read the book.
Marrow appears to be based on Ramsay's former incarnation as head chef at the restaurant Aubergine. Certainly the authoress, a former underwear model turned journalist, had spent several weeks doing research in Ramsay's kitchen some years ago.
They've launched it on the back of incidents and stories and fabrication from the aubergine.
Tiffany admits the rivalry between Marrow's two main characters, Seamus Bull and Emmanuel Koch, has been compared to that between rock and roll chefs Gordon and Marco.
It has been said that Seamus Bull is based on Gordon and that Emmanuel Koch is based on Marco, and that's simply because Seamus Bull and Emmanuel Koch in the book have a rivalry, and perhaps the most celebrated rivalry in the London restaurant world is that between Marco and Gordon, although they say that they are the best of friends now.
As the day progresses, Ramsay's becoming increasingly paranoid.
I can tell it's a bit of a stitch-up because A, I haven't been invited to the launch, and B, she hasn't even asked me for any form of confirmation.
I gather there was a muck-up with the invitations and he didn't get one, which is a shame. One shot from his dark, smouldering eyes and a woman could so easily feel her clothes falling off. Imagine his strong, broad hands grasping her waist, his Celtic features bearing down on her, his taut muscles straining underneath his shirt as, oh, their imagination could take them so much further.
Marco remains circumspect, whilst Gordon's paranoia is fuelled by calls from other chefs who've already heard about the novel.
This thing is causing a lot of generated sort of rumours in the trade.
Someone tried to suggest that we had had an affair, which both Gordon and I know is completely untrue. As far as I remember, Gordon and I have never kissed, much to my chagrin, but there we are.
Back at home, Ramsay's wife Tana has a more cynical view of the Marrow PR machine.
The kind of life, public life that Gordon has, these things are going to happen every month, every 6 months. It doesn't have any interest to me whatsoever, and to be honest, I wouldn't waste my time. I rarely read a book anyway, apart from if we're away, and I certainly wouldn't waste a holiday reading that. I think it's quite funny.
And Ramsay, like Marco, has decided that no comment is the best policy.
I don't want to go public on it, otherwise it looks like I'm a bitter individual that's slightly cheesed off that a book's been written about me. I can't be seen to be linked to that kind of story because it's quite severe.
But that's not the half of Ramsay's troubles. The day in the country is cut short, and he heads back to London to prepare for his court case. Ramsay's past is haunting him. Before he set up his own restaurant, Ramsay worked as head chef at Aubergine for the A to Z restaurant group.
A to Z is a smallish, about 10 restaurants at the last count, I think, group based in London, called A to Z because two of the restaurants there are Aubergine and Zafferano.
A to Z also owned L'Oranger, which was headed by Ramsay's best friend Marcus Waring. But their relationship with A to Z all went wrong in 1998.
The dispute started when Gordon Ramsay resigned from Aubergine in July 1998. And shortly after that, Marcus Waring was sacked from L'Oranger and several members of staff walked out with him. So many members of staff that the restaurant had to close for about 3 months.
Ramsay and Waring proceeded to set up their own restaurants, forming Gordon Ramsay Limited. But in January 99, activity was afoot at the deceptively calm A to Z headquarters. They were reportedly suing Ramsay for £1 million.
When A to Z issued a writ against both Waring and Ramsay, alleging that they wanted £1 million for the loss of earnings of the 3 months they were closed, and they were also alleging that electrical equipment was damaged at L'Oranger and that pages had been ripped out of the reservations book at Aubergine.
No. And to complicate matters further, Ramsay still owned 10% of the shares in A to Z. He had investments in the enemy. But Ramsay and Waring aren't the only ones who are discussing tactics. Court mania has taken a firm grip on the city of chefs. Ramsay's mentor, Marco Pierre White, is taking the New York Times to court. He's suing them for £75,000 over allegations of drugs and booze binges. For Ramsay, who was willing to appear as a friendly witness for Marco, it's a chance to get practice in for his own court case. Over at Petrus, Gordon's best friend and business partner, Marcus Waring, fresh from winning his first Michelin star and on the quest for his second, is trying to forget the court case. He's had a string of critics and chefs visit his restaurant. He's eagerly awaiting the feedback about his food, and he's on a mission.
Marcus Waring is somebody that, to be honest with you, is starving hungry to win 2 Michelin stars. I'm obsessed with cooking at the moment. Petrus is, I think, going to be one of the most exclusive dining rooms in Great Britain in time. I intend to make it that. I want it to be talked about throughout the world.
But there's more conflict in the Ramsay empire. Marcus faces a staff dispute involving Christophe, the restaurant manager, who's allegedly assaulted barman Saeed. Christophe denies the allegations.
I left the kitchen to meet Gordon for a meeting late one evening, and Saeed had done something that Christophe didn't approve of. Christophe sent him down to the kitchen and followed him downstairs. When he got there, he verbally ripped through him, swore at him, called him all the names under the sun, I believe, and then eventually punched him quite hard in the chest.
He abused me, he pushed me, he strangled me, he threw my bow tie, he did everything.
Faced with a choice, Marcus leaps to Saeed's defence.
He is 54, he's not as fast as everybody else, and he does make mistakes, but there again, don't we all?
When a waiter smashes a glass, or when a plate gets broken, you know, when a customer complains, I feel very sore inside. I feel really upset because it feels like a part of me is going away.
But allegedly, there have been other incidents.
Saeed made a mistake, and Christophe made him stand outside for 3 hours in the freezing cold, opening and closing doors, a door, but must under no circumstances should he walk into the restaurant. I've come into the restaurant until Christophe said so.
I was suffering for many months. I don't know, maybe he didn't like my face, or he didn't like my personality, or I don't know, because he was treating me very badly.
I was brought up to respect my elders, no matter who they are or what they do. They're your elder, you don't treat them like dogs.
But the problem with Christophe actually got a lot more personal.
Amongst other things, there was a clash between Christophe and I. He seemed to think that he was of an equal status to me, which was never the case. I am a partner here, patron, whatever you want to call it. My partner is Gordon. I don't work for Christophe, but Christophe works for me.
Unfortunately, he's not my own business, and unfortunately, you know, well, it's, you know, I'm just working it, but I come here every day like if it was my own little restaurant, and I deal with it as if it was my own money coming in and my own money coming out.
He took it out on Saeed, which basically terminated his employment.
Restaurant service continues as usual, but the staff have a tough act to follow in the face of Marcus's quest for perfection.
Christophe's professionalism, i.e. the way in which he graced the tables, the way in which he cleared them, his passion for food was incredible. That will be missed, there's no two ways about that.
So Saeed stays, Christophe, who'd resigned already, goes.
Saeed's still standing and is still in my bar today. Christophe's now outside my restaurant, outside looking in. That's his loss, not mine.
Meanwhile, day 2 for Marco, Pierre White and Ramsay in Marco's ongoing battle with the New York Times. After a day in court, it's time for Ramsay to start the night job. Over at his restaurant, the kitchen has undercurrents of tension. Dissent is growing amongst the rising stars in Ramsay's ranks.
I started pulling on the leash on some days.
You have to prove yourself to him day in, day out, and it never lets up.
Sous chefs Neil and Sarge have worked with Ramsay for years, but they aren't happy. They want the promotion they think they deserve, but they're not their own bosses yet.
We start working as a team, yeah? Because anyone wants to go and work on the road, you know what they can do? Fuck right off, hey. And I can't wait to see them on the road, yeah? All big fucking shiny stars, yeah, we'll see.
When you build them to a level, in their mind they've got to go on and do something better than they're already doing.
Ramsay's team is the new Brat Pack of cooking, and they want Ramsay to put up the funds for their own restaurants, like he did for Marcus.
My dream since I've been 8 years old really is to own my own restaurant. The idea of having a situation where Gordon would be able to set me up, as he has done Marcus in Petrus, it would be a dream come true.
You know, I look at Marcus, he went away to France, comes back, he's in the head chef position. Mark went away to France, comes back, he's in the head chef position. Neil goes away to France, comes back, he's a sous chef again. You know, it's no big deal, but it's, you know, sometimes, you know, when, say you're on a down or, you know, on a bad day or something where you get out of bed on the wrong side, you know, these things churn over in your mind.
But Ramsay's stuck. His restaurant seems to be doing incredibly well, even attracting top celebs and people like Liz Hurley. But actually, the pressure of his court case with A to Z and the £1 million at stake are taking their toll. Not to mention the hundreds of thousands of pounds in legal fees that mean, right now, Ramsay simply can't afford to expand his restaurant empire.
Oh, quel bordel. Quel bordel. Donc, les 4 agneaux au plat, c'est bien cuit, là. Fucking hell. Talk about fucking on your own.
So at the moment, there's no way out for Ramsay's staff.
Paul, if I catch you licking that cloth again, yeah, Paul, when there's cloths there waiting to go, yeah, you can go back to fucking Gary Rhodes. Do you understand? Do you understand? Good.
Ramsay's financially strapped, so can he keep his star pupils?
It's either make or break.
And is Marcus about to take Gordon's crown?
Better than Gordon Ramsay's.
But worst of all, will Ramsay's court case break him?
Fuck off with it.
Gordon Ramsay's feeling the pressure.
Get out of the way.
And with a £1 million lawsuit hanging over his head, he has to concentrate on keeping the restaurant going and the cash coming in. But behind the scenes, the staff are at each other's throats.
I don't want you two kicking each other, saying that guy's an arsehole. Hey, do you understand? Leave him alone. Hey, young man. Simon, bring it back and wipe down the side. Because it's all pissing around everywhere. You have a look at it, Simon. Christ almighty. David, can you do it? Put it down, Simon, please, yeah? Rebuzz it now. Claude.
But even under threat of bankruptcy, Ramsay's confident that he's got his tempestuous nature in check.
Slowly. Hello, slowly. Doucement. Idiot.
I'm a lot more relaxed on talking to staff, and I feel my communication skills have got better.
No, but you don't have to say it like a prick. You just say, slow it down, yeah? I'll slow it down. And you don't have to go back to form. It's just in your own fucking intelligent mind. David, just slow it down a touch, OK? Use your fucking brain, that's all, yeah?
I mean, I think my management skills have improved. They've had to improve.
You're wasting so much time. Your front thing's done, David, and the gun is not even ready. Work together. David.
But star pupil Sergeant Neil are feeling the brunt of it.
Neil, when it comes to the past, we haven't got time to start wiping everything. Lass, yeah? Go. Especially in the middle of serving 6 main courses. There's only how much can be done. One's got to check a lentil. One's got to check a fucking soda potato. And now the other one, yeah? Oh, fucking hell.
They've paid their dues, and with no promise of a way out, there now seems to be no reason for Sergeant Neil to stay and take the abuse.
I've got questions that I'm going to ask Gordon.
It's getting to the age now where I have to make that dream a reality soon, or all this hard work and effort, and it's just going to pass me by.
And Sarge, we can all rush and kick it out. Hence the reason why is closing next week. Sarge, didn't get you very far, did it? No. Sarge, I'm not interested in kicking anything out.
But over at Petrus, the staffing problems are now sorted out. Marcus is pulling out all the stops to make sure the food is up to his exacting standards. And it all starts rather well with some complimentary customers.
Table 15, 2 Americans. They loved it. Came to Gordon's the other night. Better than Gordon Ramsay's. Better than Gordon Ramsay's.
Marcus is eagerly awaiting one article in particular by the Times critic Jonathan Meades. And Gordon's already had some inside information.
Jonathan took me aside and said, Gordon, whatever you've done, Petrus, you have created a monster because it is exceptional. And That's some of the best food I've ever eaten. There's only 2 chefs ever in this country to be given 10 out of 10, and that was Marco White and Raymond Blanc.
But for Marcus, there's a third top chef in Britain who taught him everything he knows.
If there's a standard in which I look for in any kitchen throughout the world, throughout Great Britain, it would be Gordon Ramsay's kitchen.
But with Ramsay besieged by problems, is this the moment when Marcus will overtake him?
If I surpass that and go further, even better.
It's late Friday night London, but the city of chefs is still wide awake. Gordon and Marcus go to get Saturday's papers for the Jonathan Meades review.
Yeah.
They go to their favourite late-night haunt in Chinatown, with Marcus's brother, all braced for the results.
You go first. Oh, shit. 9. Well done. Well done.
What have you got?
9. It's very good. Well done. Well done. Well done.
The Times has given Marcus a staggering 9 out of 10 and describes Petrus as, quote, without exception, sheer bliss. Everybody seems happy, but can Ramsay cope with a rivalry?
Of course I'm going to be slightly cheesed off if I'm sat there 10 years down the line, I still haven't won 3 stars, and Petrus rolls in 3 stars. Naturally, I'm doing something wrong.
I'll always be his pupil. In his mind, he'll always see me as his pupil. But at the same time, he sees me also as his partner, his business friend, a guy he goes out and has dinner with.
Okay.
Marcus is spreading his wings, just as Gordon did when he trained with Marco.
I'm a great believer in life that you pass on your knowledge. You know, in many ways, I've passed on the baton to Gordon. I've stepped down, I've gone my own little way in life, and it's now Gordon's turn. And one day Gordon will pass that baton on to somebody else, and that is the way of the world.
People said to me once that what are you, Gordon Ramsay's shadow? But by being Gordon Ramsay's shadow and his friend, Christ, look what he's created.
But does Marcus have this to look forward to? For top chefs, the sky really is the limit. With an ever-expanding number of restaurants across the capital worth millions, Marco Pierre White has achieved what all chefs aim for. But Ramsay stands to lose that dream. On the day of the verdict, the paparazzi gather. Marco has won his court case against the New York Times and been awarded £75,000. But the pressure is still on for Gordon, and he stands to lose $1 million in his battle with A to Z.
That's unreal. He doesn't know how lucky he is, no?
With only a few weeks to go before the A to Z trial date, the City of Chefs congregates to lavish awards upon each other at the annual Katie Awards, the Oscars of the food industry. The Katies are also a chance for Ramsay to finally get one up on Marco. Ramsay has been nominated for the past 3 years for Chef of the Year, an award that Marco never got. And behind the smiles, the City of Chefs can be bitchier than the theatre.
And it's a big award, and they all sit down and say, hi, how you doing? Nice to see you, shake your hand, and they're all full of shit. The minute you go for a pee, they're backstabbing you or slagging you off somewhere along the line, or, you know, here's that outrageous chef again that treats his staff like a big bully.
The moment that Ramsay's been waiting for finally arrives.
The Chef Award is one of the most keenly contested and widely talked about. The judges say it's the most coveted title in chef circles. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Caterer and Hotel Keeper Chef Award for 2000 is Gordon Ramsay.
But at the moment of triumph, Ramsay's thoughts are with those who are not lucky enough to ever win this honour.
A great award for any chef to win, and I'm very sorry that Marco never got it.
With one up on Marco and his bad boy image intact, all Ramsay's got to worry about now is that £1 million lawsuit.
I have to be very careful now what I say. Now I've been given the award. That makes me shut up even more now. So it's...
With very little time to go, the A to Z trial looms large on Gordon's horizon. It's not a good time to get on the wrong side of Ramsay.
His shoes Yeah, I've seen the binmen with smarter fucking shoes. Look at them. Yeah, get outside. On Ed 14, go. Yeah, look at the state of them. Dominic, they're a fucking binman.
Just another day for Ramsay's long-suffering staff. But as the boss tries to concentrate on running the kitchen, his lawyers and A to Z's lawyers do a deal.
Now, the terms of that settlement were not revealed, and there were confidentiality clauses, so neither of the two parties involved are allowed to talk about it. But it seems fairly clear that one of the things that happened was that that was the point at which Ramsay relinquished his 10% shareholding in A to Z.
Gordon Ramsay may have said goodbye to the aubergine, but he's safeguarded his own empire. And he's now free to concentrate on the master plan. Next week on Beyond Boiling Point, free of debt and no holds barred, Ramsay's getting into his stride. Sarge is back in favour, and Ramsay's hobnobbing yet again with the rich and famous. But there's a family drama.
I was an addict.
London's most colourful chef, Gordon Ramsay, is having a very bad day.
Christ almighty. I'm getting slightly embarrassed already. Can't help but get agitated because there's no brains going into it. 6 is the largest table, Neil. Sarge. Yes, Gordon. I don't understand why you do any more than that.
His long-suffering staff are preparing top-quality food, but at a risk. The pressure is really on from the boss.
Christ almighty. Huh? Sometimes I think it's me over-exaggerating, yeah. Huh?
But Ramsay claims that there's a reason for the pressure.
Sometimes, unfortunately, there's things that have gone on that I, release and combined the hurt and other items throughout that particular day to offload them.
The key to Ramsay's troubles can be found in a small town in the west of England. It's where his younger brother Ronald lives.
He's been an addict now for close to 5 years.
Ronald is addicted to heroin.
It's a great sadness, and I dread the phone call one day. I really do. I dread it because I can't see any way out at the moment.
It's become a Ramsay family drama.
The person I don't want to see, really hurt is Mum. So she's been through all this before, and now it's my turn to take it on my shoulders and deal with it.
Gordon and Ronald grew up in Glasgow together.
I mean, I'm not saying that because I'm looking for sympathy, but at times it hurts because I've got no one.
It's very easy for that family to believe that they're a victim of this person, whereas in reality, the entire family is a victim of heroin.
It's come between Tana and I as well. We haven't fallen out over it, but it got thin 2 or 3 times because she's never been exposed to that kind of society. And I'm just not going to jeopardise my relationship with Tana.
So Gordon's letting off steam on the rising stars amongst his kitchen staff.
I've never seen a bunch of fucking big-headed, egotistical in all my life. Never, ever.
Careful. Yeah.
Duels, monsieur. Can you take it by the hand, please, Jean-Claude? Get out of the way. Get out of the way, Sergeant.
I could get seriously upset, with a chocolate tart, but, if I've just spent an hour and a half on the telephone to Ronald and he's, been using methadone, and, I feel gutted.
They can't send it like that, guys. Sarge, stop! I wish someone had a bit of control here somewhere along the line.
But Ramsay's not just letting it out in the kitchen. Some might say he's running away from his problems by training for his first ever marathon.
The marathon is, it's going to be bloody hard work. There's no two ways about that.
At 17 stone, the 6'1" ex-footballer is hardly ideal marathon fodder.
Everyone's telling me to slow down and don't drop and don't end in St Thomas's Hospital in the back of St John's ambulance.
Can he make it? Even his best friend has his doubts.
I think he'll get a blister. And I think he'll pull out. Or he'll hurt his calves.
And can he find a route to beat his problems? In an attempt to deal with Ronald's addiction, Ramsay went into rehab with him.
I got told that I was an addict. I was a perfectionist, and it's an addiction.
Clouds, a rehabilitation clinic favoured by celebrities, made Ramsay paranoid when Gordon and Ronald went into family therapy.
I could not walk back in the doors home and explain to Tana what I've just gone through. She doesn't know that I got called an addict.
Ramsay just couldn't cope.
Throughout all the therapy, I took it on my shoulders because I felt guilty, because being successful, he rebels against that. So you can't help but blame yourself. Ronald's taken everything from me, and it still hasn't worked. That day, leaving Clouds, I had to get out.
Ramsay says he's spent over £20,000 on rehab for Ronald, but it hasn't worked yet.
For everyone who's addicted to heroin, if a thorough assessment of their situation is carried out, the correct treatment can be identified. It may not be the easiest one for them, but it will be the best one, and there's a good chance of it working.
I feel far much better now because I've done it. I've got to the very, very top. I've climbed the very, very top with him. I've put him through rehab, and I've been there. I've had tears with him on the telephone. We've gone fishing together. We've slept on a beach together. We've lit a fire together, and we've gone to hell and back.
Back in the kitchen, the staff are solemn. Ramsay is in an even worse mood and ready to humiliate anyone he can, even the kitchen porter.
Mamadou, come here. 2 large trays in the past, please. Putain, tu dormes, là. Sanjak out, Hattie. 4 Sanjak Prestige in, please. Then, you numbfuck. Hey, come here. Come here. Mamadou. 2 grands plateaux. Jesus Christ.
Wait.
Come on. Look at him. Merci.
But things are about to get better. Ramsay receives a phone call from someone who he thinks is a prank caller.
We had a phone call from the government hospitality. I actually thought it was some wind-up, and so I didn't really take it that serious. I passed the details on to the office, and it was Downing Street, asking would I be so kind to come and cook for the Prime Minister and the newly elected President Putin on Monday lunchtime, which I was very chuffed about, really. I didn't think naughty boys ever got a chance to go to 10 Downing Street.
With Ramsay set to take centre stage as the Noel Gallagher of Brit cooking, the kitchen atmosphere has improved, slightly, until more linguistic problems get in the way.
All these trays of shit everywhere. Hey, look, caviar here. I mean, fucking hell. The customer don't want to see that, Paul.
No go.
Paul.
No go.
Yeah? Okay, go. Table 8, là. Go, table 8. Fuck's sake. Don't understand? Is he French? What is he?
No, he can't.
What is he?
Italian.
He's Italian.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
Hotel Olympia 2000, the catering industry's annual trade fair. Before he takes up his invitation to number 10, Ramsay's got to go and support Marcus Waring, his rival, business partner and best friend, at his first public demonstration.
Relationships changed in many ways because, I treat Marcus as a partner, not as a chef.
But Ramsay's doing his very best to put Marcus off.
He always delays everything. He's never on time. And he knows that this is my first demonstration and he's been looking forward to this for a long, long time now.
What do you think of those hairs on his arm, Ken? Look. Marcus, you don't think you should have a shave before you go? Should we stand over there so it looks a bit fuller?
As Marcus demonstrates how to pan-fry red mullet, Ramsay's preoccupied with other thoughts.
To relax on its own, so to let the flesh relax.
But he soon meets an old rival of his own.
Better than you, Gordon.
He's doing very well. Want to watch this one? How are you?
You all right?
Yeah, fine, and you?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I'll see It's better than you.
Good boy.
Very good. A small garnish onto the plate. Just a touch of
You don't work no more.
I don't work no more. You're having a fucking laugh, aren't you? Who told you that? I don't work no more. Who told you that?
All friends of yours.
Deep fried.
Although it's been a success for Marcus, Ramsay's pride has been ruffled by his brush with a mocking chef.
Well done, Marcus.
Now it's hit the tabloids. Ramsay's decided to go public on his brother's addiction.
I can talk about it openly now because he's relapsed again for the third, fourth time, and I don't know, it's got to, it's out my system now because I've been there, done that, and done every possible support, given him everything I could possibly do to get him through it.
And to make matters worse, down in the West Country, Ronald has been charged with theft from the local supermarket.
Now it's, you know, thieving and using and thieving and using to fund his needs, so it's going to go up big time. He's in court on Monday, and if he gets sent away for 2 or 3 months, then you know, there'll be an adverse effect from that.
It isn't a choice. They really are addicted to it. They will actually prioritise obtaining the drug over everything else in their life. And when I say everything else, I mean their family, their relationships, their work, their physical health, everything.
So, with Ronald due in court next week, and even more aggro in the kitchen...
You're not bothered, are you, Sarge? Fucking useless.
How on earth will Ramsay cope with running a marathon and cooking for the Prime Minister all in the same weekend? Monday morning in a sleepy town in southwest England, Ramsay's younger brother Ronald is due to appear in court once again for petty theft to support his heroin addiction. He's going alone with only cameras and reporters as company. Meanwhile, his elder brother Gordon Ramsay is in his kitchen, preoccupied with developing a menu for the lunch that he has to cook at number 10. But for the staff, the gig at Downing Street is also a chance to get out of the kitchen, and rising star Sarge has volunteered to be Ramsay's assistant.
It's not the fact that I'm trying to kiss his arse, I'm not trying to creep around him, it's because it's what I enjoy doing. I don't mind giving up a weekend, or I don't mind giving up a Saturday or something like that to do it, because it's not a case of, you know, oh God, I'm not going to be able to get out for another beer. It's the case of going along doing something that I enjoy.
So is Sarge the new blue-eyed boy of the kitchen? That doesn't mean that he gets spared from being Ramsayed in front of the others.
Sarge is bouncing around like a bloody ballerina, with panache, with character oozing. So you can see he's, you know, clipping at the heels. Sarge, if you're going to bounce around, I'd rather go in the pastry. Sarge, I've warned you about it before. Sarge, because all jumping around, flipping around, you're knocking into him, he's knocking into you. If you turn around and address the brigade properly, we may get it out. Do you understand? Yes, Lord. You put the lids on rather than standing staring at me, no? You could do that, couldn't you? Yes, Lord. Not appetising sounding, then.
And Ramsay's keen to distance himself from accusations of favouritism.
We've got all the aspirations of Sarge becoming a talented chef, but the one question that I hold behind, you know, has he got the bollocks to maintain it?
I get more bollockings than most people in the kitchen because I suppose Gordon wants me to progress as much as he thinks I can.
Sarge, they can't serve any more than 6 at one time, just like we can't. Why are you doing it at 14 then? What's going to happen to the last 4 with a granite? Well done, Sarge, gold star.
Meanwhile, in the West Country, Ronald Ramsay's court case has been heard. Having pled guilty to charges of petty theft, Ronald's leaving the court with 2 years probation and a place on a funded drug rehabilitation programme.
He got given a 2-year probation, which is bloody lucky, very, very lucky indeed. He's off methadone. He's looking now to enter rehab, a secondary clinic where there's not such a strict confinement. Gives a bit more freedom.
Ramsay and Sarge are putting the finishing touches to the Downing Street menu.
Mark Sargent's going to be the resident chef there next year. Tony wants to go for his first star.
The special menu consists of British produce with a Russian influence. It includes a caviar dish for Putin, as well as ham-knuckle terrine for Blair.
I'm not too sure about Putin. You know, Putin reminds me too much of putain.
Putain is French slang for prostitute.
Okay, Mark, what do you think? Yeah? Nice and light. It's got a bit of a Russian sort of influence to it. Yeah? It's KGB free. Sorry, it's GM free.
But there's already been friction between the bad boy of cooking and number 10.
I asked if I could use my own china. And he said, no, you can't, because the space. They've got some dreadful china with all these horrendous emblems on with ER. All this ghastly green and grey stuff. And their size of their main course plates were the same size as my saucers.
Downing Street, I can't imagine having too much of a well-stocked kitchen in the terms that we're used to, you know, with all the stoves in a very professional kitchen. We've taken all our own pots and pans and everything like that, so we've got items of equipment that we're going to be used to. But we know the dishes, and so hopefully it should be fine.
I asked if we could, bring my own team of waiters in and serve it, but they want to use their butlers. They're not called waiters, they're butlers. They've been properly trained. They all starch their underpants, and they look immaculately dressed.
But even the boisterous Ramsay's getting butterflies about serving a real power lunch.
There is, no equipment whatsoever, so I'm not too sure if I'm positive it's going to work. I mean, I just hope they eat it. That's the most important. Okay, so the sea bass with crushed new potatoes, confit tomato, white asparagus, and lovely girolles.
Dawn on the day of the marathon. Ramsay's got to cook at Downing Street the very next day.
Nice things like this.
But first, he has to run just over 26 miles. None of his family are optimistic about him making it.
See you at the hospital.
But Ramsay's confident.
I think it's fresh enough, no, this morning.
At the starting line in Greenwich, Ramsay's getting nervous. He's one of several celebs running the marathon. Although Frank Bruno also weighs in at about 17 stone, at least he has been training assiduously, which is a lot more than Ramsay can say.
How are you feeling, Gordon? I feel fine, but I don't think we should be this close to the front. Not when we're standing in front of the world champion. Or standing behind the world champion.
But the competitive chef still believes that he can do it.
What time are you going to do it in?
3:45.
Come on, you dream.
Ramsay's determined to make his target time of 3 hours 45, but he has 32,000 other people to contend with. Ramsay's still going, but others have long since arrived. Just 1 hour after his target time, Ramsay crosses the finishing line.
Oh, Jesus.
As an ex-Glasgow Rangers player, it's not his first stint at physical effort. But that was nearly 15 years ago, and Ramsay wasn't quite prepared for this.
Yeah, that was a killer. Stopped twice. Did you? Yeah, cramp. Bad and just seriously stiff.
And Ramsay seizes up again.
Oh, God, I've already got cramp. Oh, shit.
But with Downing Street just hours away, cramp's the least of Ramsay's worries.
The only information I know about Putin is the fact that he used to head the KGB. So, let's hope the kitchen doesn't go up.
The very next morning, and the political atmosphere is tense.
Morning, Prime Minister.
Good morning.
As Tony Blair prepares for the visit, Ramsay and Sarge have to run the gauntlet of Chechen demonstrators to make it safely to the front door of number 10. And Ramsay's carrying the effects of the marathon.
I was a bit fucked getting up in the morning because my legs were slightly stiff. Felt like I had two big hard-ons in my knees. Couldn't walk. So I went up the lift, Sarge took the stairs, and I was like walking around. I felt like a butler, stiff.
Totally different to what I thought it would be like, really. I imagine this big, grand sort of house with big lots of grand rooms, long tables, board meetings and things like that on there. But basically it was like the inside of an old hotel. That's the only way I can describe it, because there are lots of like service elevators and little kitchens with old dinner ladies in doing the washing up.
President Putin of Russia's visit was marked by the controversy it caused. No stranger to trouble himself, Ramsay gets on with the cooking, whilst the two world leaders take a photo call.
It's going to go right now.
As Blair and Putin concentrate on matters of international importance, the power lunch is about to be served. After the lunch, there's another press call, and this time, Ramsay's invited.
Thanks so much. Not at all. Yeah, it's really great. Really enjoyed it. Thanks so much. Glad you enjoyed it. Thanks. Yeah, fantastic. Good. Very good. A lot of English produce. Yeah, chicken and ham, treacle tarts.
After lunch there was a press call, and the newly elected president and the Prime Minister asked for a photo. So that was very nice. I was very pleased with that. So we sat in between them. Didn't want to stand too long against that sort of small, powerful man from Russia. I wasn't feeling that comfortable. It's like standing in between two mission inspectors from each side of the country.
Thank you so much. That's great.
But unfortunately for Ramsay, Blair and Putin don't have time to chat. Back to reality for Ramsay. Since his brother Ronald's appearance in court, things haven't got better, and the Ramsays have come to a difficult decision.
We went through recovery and relapse. Where do you draw the line? We've had many discussions, Tan and I and Mum, and it's always ended up in the same discussion. You know, it's got to be now tough love.
Gordon's decided to try and cure his brother by cutting him off.
It's so easy to look at the person who uses heroin as a bad person. They're a good person, but their behaviour needs adjusting. But they are all victims of the drug, not of the user.
Next week on Beyond Boiling Point, Ramsay keeps on running when he splashes out on a stag weekend for Marcus in Monte Carlo, gets a lesson in game from Marco Pierre White, and pays a pilgrimage to a top restaurant in Spain. But should Barcelona really have to tolerate this kind of behaviour from Brits abroad? Gordon Ramsay is now king